Greetings, this is Navigator. Welcome back to my channel. So today I decided to do an unusual video. Instead of talking about books, I'm going to show you my journals and how I use them. There are 9 journals here. I found the proper use of each for my journals. Okay, so this is the oldest journal I have out of these. I've had this since the 6th grade. I got this around 2006 or 2007. So this is a diary I began using when I was 12. I stopped writing in this diary for some reason before I turned 14. I don't know why I haven't been writing in this diary anymore. The last time I wrote in this diary was, 10th of May 2008. But since I have just a few pages left, I began using this diary again, but only just to fill this diary. I don't write anything special here. I read this diary in Russian, but there was also a time I wrote in this diary in English. And for 12 years old, my English skills were quite impressive. Sure, there still were a lot of grammar mistakes, but it was still very impressive. I had an English tutor back in the day when I began reading this diary. Oh, there's also this cute photo of me and my aunt and this peacock. I read this diary a few days ago and I was embarrassed and I was laughing at the same time. But some parts were shocking to me because I did not remember them at all. Moving on. This Van Gogh diary I got in 2018. This diary I used for absolutely random things. I wrote down both stuff for my university and some fun stuff too. For example, here. Oh, just look at all these logos. I attempted to draw this logo from Tolkien's books. Back in 2018, I loved this show called Merlin. It lasted for 5 seasons, and in 2018 I have been watching it and I attempted to draw this symbol. Oh, and there's also Star Wars, but I don't like Star Wars that much. At least I'm not into new stuff. And Marvel, I am not a huge fan anymore. Yes, I watched the MCU films in the cinema, but Endgame was the last film I watched. Oh, there's also this air sign from Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you didn't see this properly, I will take a photo of this and I will post it here. Oh, there are also a few basics with and without very shy, very simple, very rich, and so on. Also the differences between British and American English. To go on holiday versus to take a vacation and so on. What else do I have here? Oh, also look at this list. Top 7 great TV shows part 1. No order. 1. Better Call Saul. I didn't finish the show because I was watching it with my friend and we stopped watching the show and I don't want to continue without her, and to be honest, I don't find the show that super exciting to continue on my own. 2. Sherlock. The first 3 seasons are amazing. I didn't like the 4th one. 3. The Walking Dead. Well, it was a good show until the 5th season. The 6th season was kinda boring, I didn't finish it and I didn't go back to the show. Rick and Morty, I don't like Rick and Morty anymore. Sorry. 5. Westworld. Well, the first season of Westworld was amazing. I didn't enjoy the second one that much and the rest I haven't seen. 6. Stranger Things. I love the first season and I love the second season, and third was okay. Haven't seen the 4th one. And number 7, Black Mirror. I haven't seen new Black Mirror episodes. I stopped at season 4. I liked the last episode of season 4, it was called Black Museum. Oh, this one also has lyrics for The Last Stand by Sabaton. I like writing down lyrics sometimes, and we will talk about lyrics a little later. Oh, another top 7 great TV shows. In no order. Number 1 is Gravity Falls. Yes, amazing show. Second, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Also a great show. Number 3, Dark. I watched all 3 seasons and I loved them. Number 4, Fargo. But I have seen only the first season. Same with The True Detective and Gotham. And Vikings were great until the 4th season. There's also some material for my university. Oh, there are also some English phrases. There was a time when I watched English with Lucy, and these are the phrases that I learned from her, or at least I wrote them down here, but I didn't memorize them. He's not the sharpest tool in the shed. This made me remember one famous song that was very popular around 20 years ago. More British English slang from English with Lucy, and you can see this on the screen. This diary is very random, I wrote down very random things. Oh, and I also had my old to-read list. I'm going to go through it. First one is Margaret Atwood, The Handmaid's Tale. I read that book 3 times. 2 times in Russian and 3rd time in English. Next was Frances Hodgson Burnett, The Secret Garden. I've had this book for years, but I didn't have proper English skills back then, so I couldn't read it, but I eventually did. I read that book. Henry Kissinger, World Order. I didn't finish that book. I have around 100 pages left. Joe Abercrombie, Before They're Hanged. I read that book 2 years after I bought it. Or 3. I read that book in 2021. And The Last Argument of Kings 2. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. I read that one. And Plato, Republic. I didn't finish that one. Oh, I also had a watching list in no particular order. First one was Monty Python's Flying Circus. I didn't finish that show, and I don't remember a lot of sketches. The Handmaid's Tale, I watched the first season and the first episode of the second. Third one is Sharp Objects. I didn't watch the show, but I read the book. Fourth one is Mad Men. I started watching it and I didn't like it enough to continue. Sons of Anarchy, haven't watched it. Prison Break, haven't watched it. Patrick Melrose, I watched only the first 2 episodes, and Patrick's father in the second one terrified me a lot. 6 Feet Under, I watched only a few episodes. It's a fun show, but it's quite dark for me to watch. Downton Abbey, haven't seen it, and The Wire, I haven't seen it. Oh, and I also will have this playlist. Non-metal songs on my playlist. Let's go through this one. For context, this was before I got myself iPhone 7 Plus. Back then I used my iPod Shuffle and I had a limited space. So these are the songs that I had on my iPod at the time. Just remember that this playlist is from the fall of 2019. Alright, these are the songs that were in my playlist at the time. So the first one is Joe Cocker, You Can Leave Your Hat On. The second one is The Ramones, Teenage Lobotomy. Third one is Tina Turner, Simply the Best. Fourth one is The Clash, Should I Stay or Should I Go? Fifth one is False, The Runner. It's probably the poppiest song in this playlist. They're quite good, but The Runner is their poppiest song. So next one is Conchita Wurst, Rise Like a Phoenix. I don't watch Eurovision, but I like this song. Next one is SpongeBob SquarePants Ripped Pants. Eighth one is Lil Nas X, Old Town Road. 9 is Win, Ocean Man. 10 is Stevie T, song written by Negative Comments. I am being honest here, these are all the songs that were in my playlist at the time. Sure, some of them I feel guilty for, but I'm not hiding anything that's written here. But hey, I absolutely love song written by Negative Comments. That's the song that got me to subscribe to Stevie T, and it's still one of my favorite songs. 11th is Fleet Foxes, Mykonos. Next is False, My Number. Sweet Strip, Milk. Monty Python, Life of Brian opening song. Over the Garden Wall, Into the Unknown. Falls, Into the Surf. Julie London, Fly Me to the Moon. Falls, Exits. Julie London, Cry Me a River. Redbone, Come and Get Your Love. The Runaways, Cherry Bomb. And the last one, Monty Python, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. I haven't used my iPod Shuffle in a long time, but I do remember that I deleted some songs. I don't remember which. I will need to check that out. I also had some ideas for my novels here written down that now are cancelled. Okay, so nothing interesting anymore, except that there are lists of random songs here. I will take pictures of these playlists and I will add them to the screen. Now let's move on. So the next one is this small diary that is quite flexible. In case no one told you today, you rock. I like this. I also have some stickers on this side. Good thoughts need to grow and do what you love. I'm not going to go through this one. This one has my own song lyrics. I am no songwriter, I don't know how to play an instrument and I don't sing, but I do love writing. I do like writing song lyrics, and some of these lyrics can be very metal, I think. Fun fact, some of these songs that are in this little diary I added to my novel. I keep calling my lyrics songs, I can't help it. This one I got in 2020, by the way. I stopped over here. I have plenty of space left. This one I also got in 2020. This is a time traveler's diary, because it has time notes written over here, if you can see it. And there is a beautiful clock over here. I'm not going to go through this one either, because this one has... I'd like to say that this is more a collection of essays. Why I do this, why I don't do that, and how this, well, how this, why that, what this, and so on. But I can tell you that some of the essays I have written here, I have later turned into scripts for my YouTube videos, and I uploaded them on my old channel. For example, I have an essay written why I do videos in English. That's on my second channel. I can say that this is an original notebook for my YouTube scripts. This one is my Hungarian trophy. I bought this in December 2021 in Budapest. I showed this in my travel vlog. This is my planner. I have been using it. Today is the 1st of July, the day I'm filming this, and I have used approximately half pages. I wrote down things I had to do, my to-do lists. Also write down the album of the day. For example, when I listen to a good album, I write down album of the day, band, album. I also upload such albums on my Instagram stories from Spotify. I also write down when I bought books and how much I paid for them. I also write down when bands release new songs, or when interesting films are going to come out, and things like that. Also I have a list of what I read in different months. This is a very beautiful planner and I'm using it so well, even though I know nothing. I don't know a single word in Hungarian except for one, utca. Utca is for street. So this notebook I got for my birthday back in 2020 from my friends. This is the notebook I used to write down things I am into. Oh, for example, books I have read this year so far in 2020. Stephen King, The Gunslinger. I bought myself the last book in the Dark Tower series and I really wanted to read the series, but I lost interest after book 1 and eventually I gave away the series. Number 2, Goethe, Faust. I read that one. I wanna read it again, but only the first part. I didn't enjoy the second. 3rd one, J.R.R. Tolkien, The Silmarillion. I read it. These are the books I read this year. Sorry, I haven't been paying enough attention. Marcus Zusak, The Book Thief. J.R.R. Tolkien, Bernard Luthien. Walter Moyes, the 13 and a Half Lives of Captain Bluebear. Margaret Atwood, The Handmaid's Tale. Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, Good Omens. Agatha Christie, And Then There Were None. And Mikhail Moorcock, Gloriana. I hated Gloriana. And I'm currently reading Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. I didn't like Lolita and I gave it away. Oh, and also my to-read list so far. Khalid Hosseini, The Kite Runner. I read it and I didn't like it. I read this book and then I was like, yeah, whatever, and I gave it away. 2nd, Plato, The State. Haven't finished it. Joe Abercrombie, The Blade Itself, the first book in the First Love series. I wanted to read but I didn't. Homer, The Iliad, no. Joe Abercrombie, Before They Hanged and The Last Argument of Kings. I eventually read it. I eventually read them. Oh, I also have a note from 2021. I read all of these except for 3 and 4. Oh, here's also the long list of albums I have listened in the first half of 2020. I'm not going to go through them fully, but I can upload the photos on the screen. So this diary I predominantly use to describe things I'm reading or watching or listening to. For example, July 22nd, 2020. Today's album was Halloween, Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 2. Dr. Steen is the best song. Also this, to July 24, 2020. Today it was Nightwish, Imaginarium. I revisited this album. I listened to it long ago. This album has everything that makes a Nightwish so awesome, and there's some good nostalgia to it. And I also wrote about Genesis. I listened to the first 6 albums of Genesis and I liked Selling England by the Pound. I also wrote about rock anthems playlist on Spotify. Spoiler alert, I wasn't very pleased by this playlist. Okay, now let's move on. So this is another Van Gogh diary, but bigger and of different color. And here I describe my writing process, my books, ideas and so on. I got this in 2020. This is how much I have written. And this is how much is left. Oh, by the way, I forgot to show how much of this diary is left. So here. This is what I've written and this is what's left. So this tiny notebook that says hello I got in January 2022. This one I use predominantly only for my YouTube scripts. I write down scripts for my YouTube videos in this one. I'm not going to go through this diary. I had another diary for my YouTube scripts but I completed it. And finally, one of the oldest diaries that I own, this one, Open Day Getting the Campus. I've had it for many years, probably since 2011, I don't remember. And this one I use just to write song lyrics. I began using this one in 2014, then I stopped and then I went back to it in 2018. And then stopped and I went back to using it in 2020 and then again in 2022. I have written down lyrics for 98 songs. So here I wrote down the names and numbers of songs that I have wrote down the lyrics to. There were so many of them, I needed an extra list. This is how much I have used, and this is how much is left. I didn't write down too much. Honorable mentions go to all the diaries that I am not going to show here. I also want to get myself another journal, so I can write down something else. I have an idea for the next journal. Alright, that's all. These are all the journals. Now, before I finish the video, let me go through all of them. Okay, so here are all the journals that I use currently. So here are all the journals. I like them all, and I want to get myself more journals. Alright, that's all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Leave a comment and check out my debut novel. Link is in Linktree. See you next time. Goodbye.